Joining us now to talk more about this, Republican strategist John Thomas and Democratic campaign consultant Dave Jacobson. Today was the first day almost, I want to say, that Ted Cruz actually admitted this is going to be a contested convention because he doesn't have the numbers there. But the big question is, can Donald Trump hit that number? Is Ted Cruz putting the cart before the horse? Because can Trump put it away?
Wishful thinking, right? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he could put it away. It's a steep hill to climb. Last night was a good first step for him. I mean, he dominated, and he outperformed expectations in a major way. He's probably likely to run the table next week. If he does, as we come to California, if he outperforms in California, he has to win by huge margins to do it. There's a path.
You've got these primaries, Northeast, Ted Cruz. How's he going to do, Dave?
Look, I think after Wisconsin, people were talking about how if he can appeal to Wisconsin sort of moderate voters, there is a chance that he could appeal to Pennsylvania voters. And that's a delegate-rich state that would have been a big win for him. The challenge he has now is the momentum argument. I think the fact that he came in third behind John Kasich is a devastating blow to his campaign, a crushing defeat. And I think it's going to be very hard for him to sort of make a compelling case moving forward that he has any chance at all to block Trump. I think, Trump is actually very well positioned now in these northeastern states. If he does well, he will pick up the momentum going into California. There's a chance he can get to that.
And even before last night, Trump was ahead in all of those states in the polls. So it's not like he's having to dig himself out.
And Cruz picked up those delegates at states where there really wasn't any election or caucus, right? Looking forward to California here because as I read this stat today that said next Super Tuesday, which they're calling another Super Tuesday, you have those 5 states, 172 delegates in all of those 5 states, which equals the total number of delegates here in California.
For the GOP.
So that makes California huge, as you were saying.
Incredibly important. In fact, we're already seeing all the candidates, both on the Democratic side and the Republican side. They're here. They're spending time. Senator Cruz, or Lion Ted, depends on what Donald Trump's saying that day, is spending time in San Diego. He's here in L.A. He was in Orange County last week. They know that they've got to plant flags here, and delegates are awarded by congressional districts. So it's gloves are coming off.
I think it's so exciting that California has a say, or we're a little bit in play. We'll see.
Yeah, and the TV ads will start rolling very soon.
Back when you had said something about the Republican Party just punting and deciding, you know what, let's give it to Donald Trump, let him fail if he fails, and then look forward to 4 years from now. What do you think is going on within the Republican establishment here as they realize that really there has to be a contested convention in order to block Donald Trump?
Right. Well, last night, the biggest news, other than Donald Trump having a great night last night, was the Never Trump movement dealt a massive blow.
Right.
Because they thought they were slowing him down. And so the challenge you have is the Never Trump movement, I think they had raised almost $14 million up to last night. So the question is, can they keep raising money to spend in California? Because it's an expensive media market.
We knew Trump would do well in New York.
Well, we didn't know how well. Okay. I mean, that is the problem. So can they raise the money? I don't know.
Right. I think the other question is, how is the party going to handle voters' perception, right? 2/3 of Republican voters say whoever has the most delegates should become the nominee. The question is the RNC going to take away the nomination from Donald Trump? Should he get 1150 in terms of delegates? That's a major question.
Well, and this is an outsider. This is an outsider election. The Republican electorate certainly wants an outsider. Donald Trump's fueling that narrative, saying, I'm winning all the votes, yet the establishment, are stripping me from it. It's very hard if you're the party. Right?
So Ted Cruz is not the only one who is vowing that he's going to move forward to the election. Now you have Bernie Sanders here, who was also dealt a major blow last night with Hillary Clinton in the huge margin of victory that she had. Where's the path forward here for Bernie Sanders? His campaign is now saying that they are going to try to get delegates, super delegates, to flip sides over to Bernie Sanders.
Look, had Bernie Sanders won New York, it would have been the biggest sort of political earthquake that we would have seen in a decade, right? And I think the challenge for him was he was raising the expectations going into New York. He was telling people he was going to win. He put out a poll 48 hours before the election showing him 6 points down. Then he loses by 16 points. This is a guy who said, I've got momentum. I've won 8 out of the last 9 contests. And then he has such a devastating blow in New York. I think it really hurts his case moving forward that he's got a pathway to the 2383 in terms of the delegates. Moreover, moving into these northeastern states, he's losing in every one of them.
Yeah. The reason campaigns usually suspend is because they can't keep fueling the burn rate. They can't raise the money. That's why they drop out. In the case of Senator Sanders, he has such a large small donor network, he can keep going. If his strategists can dream up a scenario at the convention or flipping superdelegates or whatever it is, they're going to keep going because they can pay their overhead.
Okay, and also so many people turn out for his events. I mean, thousands of people come out to see him. So as we get closer to California, what do you see happening for Bernie Sanders?
We'll see. I mean, Clinton is ahead right now in California, but you're right. Look, California has a lot of young voters. Certainly, there's an enthusiasm gap between Senator Sanders and Hillary Clinton. I wouldn't count Sanders out, but momentum is huge in this game, and if he doesn't pull up an upset or a surprise, it's going to be difficult in California.
The other advantage, real quick, in terms of California, New York was a closed Democratic primary, so Bernie Sanders supporters who were independents couldn't participate in yesterday's election.
Right.
In California, they can participate, and that's why actually you're seeing very close polling, anywhere from 6 to 11 points in California.
Well, and it's a closed for the Republican side, so independents can only play with Democrats.
Bernie Sanders just opened his LA office, campaign office today, right? So big push here in the next coming weeks.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks for having us.
See you soon again.
Appreciate it,
All
guys.
right.
All right, back to that brawl over a gender-neutral bathroom. The